Appreciate all of you taking time out to come out and spend some time with us this afternoon. I'm really excited. We're going right from here to practice, but really excited every day when I get to go on the floor with these guys. It's nice. It's nice to have some returning guys. And, you know, a year ago there was so much uncertainty on our roster, and now we have guys that have played a lot of minutes and gained valuable experience. But to go along with that, we have some guys that have improved their game, some newcomers on the roster. I don't think there's any question that it's the most depth, most competitive practices, and most physical practices we've been able to have since we've been here. So it's something we really have to. There's a good and bad to that. We have to monitor the amount of contact in practice a little bit, but it is really fun to go out there every day because you can have great competitive segments and really get into the competition part of winners and losers maybe a little bit sooner than we've been able to in years past, and looking forward to it. I would tell you that all of the guys really can't single out anybody of the returning guys. I think they all had a great summer. They've put on weight, they've matured, they're stronger. And even though we're still an extremely young team with just 2 seniors and 1 junior, the guys, their bodies have matured and they're physically more ready for college basketball. And I've seen great improvement, especially in our sophomore class. And then the freshmen, they're going to add some pieces that we haven't had, maybe a little more skill up front, and obviously some, with Keith Pinckney in the backcourt, he can play, he can help and relieve some of those minutes from some of the guys who have lost so much time in the past.
What is the most competitive position that you're looking at soccer? What is the most competitive position?
I think they're in different stages. The guards are very comfortable with what we do. Other than Keith Pinckney, obviously with Dabney, Hook, and Stark from last year, but then you add Reynolds and Hurley and Kajon Mack, who's now been with us 2 years, even though he didn't play last year. They're very comfortable with what we do. As soon as we hit the floor today, they're going at each other. And Keith is still trying to learn a little bit, but those guys are really going at it. The bigs, we have some decent numbers here. I think some guys can really help us, but they haven't been able to get competitive yet because they're all still learning, because they're fairly new to the whole thing. So you have a backcourt that's just chomping at the bit to get at each other and play live one-on-one, two-on-two, things like that, and then a front court that you're still trying to teach. So no question, right now it's the most competitive backcourt, but I think the whole roster will be that way.